a 2x4 with barbed wire wrapped around it, trying to attack Steve with it, but had no effect. And now Steve, with those punches, bringing Todd over to that post, trying to ram his arms on it, but that didn't work. Once again, another counter by Steve Slasher, stomping away at Todd. Todd trying to go for another clothesline, but that's been countered. Steve with a backdrop to Todd Powers. Now Steve has that sledgehammer, and now hitting him in the back with it, but that has no effect. Todd with a back chop and a clothesline. Now Steve Slasher is getting hit over and over again by Todd Powers with that sledgehammer. Irish whip onto the end of that guardrail, and now Todd Powers with a clothesline to the Horror King. This is not looking good for Steve Power, for he now has a trash can over his head, and now Todd with a running clothesline. Todd dragging Steve's carcass into the middle of that area, stomping away at Steve. And I guess he was trying to going for his finisher, but Todd countered it. I mean, not Todd, Steve countered it. But besides all that, Todd now using a backbreaker on Steve. Now Todd Powers with that steel chair. Not steel chair, I mean table. Sorry, folks. Anyway, he's setting it up. Stomping away again at Steve. Todd was about to drag Steve onto that table, but that won't work. Head over takedown by Steve. Now he has the table. Now Todd's going for that table. And he used that table to attack Steve's back. Again with that table. Now Todd puts him on that table. Now Todd putting in those punches to Steve while he's lying on that table, but now he got out of it. Steve with a counter. Steve with that table. Now Todd with the table. Once again, Todd with that table and Steve with that fire extinguisher, but that won't work. But what is Todd doing? Climbing up on that scaffold area, unless he's going for a flying elbow onto Steve. Holy crap, folks. Now Irish whipping him onto that sound system area, but that seems to not work on Steve. And now Steve with a back chop to Todd. Once again, Steve on that sound system. He's getting electrocuted, folks. This is some brutal stuff. And now Todd Powers with the F5. The F5. This is a brutal hardcore match here, folks. And now Todd is grabbing the chair and ramming it over the head of Steve Slasher. Now he's bleeding, getting pumped up. But now Todd trying to use that steel chair again, but Steve got it. And now Todd's got the chair again. And now ramming it over the head of Steve. Devastating move. Once again, Steve Slasher about to get hit with the curse chop. The curse chop, going for the cover.
1, 2, 3.
And that is about it, folks. Todd Powers wins this hardcore match. What a devastating match you just seen here, folks. Todd Powers with the win over Steve Slasher, the Horror King. Dang, he doesn't look good, folks. He's still bleeding, and he looks a little injured. He might be out for 30-something days, I don't know. Todd Powers flipping off at the crowd, letting them know that he's now the most dominating wrestler in MWE history. What a brutal match. Alright folks, still to come on MWE's Uprising, Extreme Uprising. Greg Rogers will be defending his TV title up against Lance Rotunda in a tables match. The MWE Tag Team titles will be on the line as the Congo Brothers try to get it back from the Lost Boys in a TLC match. Butch Green will defend his FTW title versus MVG, Marcus Von Goldberg. New Lockdown Tag Team champions will be crowned when the Zomba Thugs go up against the YAM in a ladder match. And let's not forget about the main event, the one everyone's talking about. MB Wrestler 87 versus Kenji Franklin versus Kapenj Mabula for the ECW title in an Extreme Rules match. But up next is this match. Ino Toyota, the women's champion, goes up against an opponent of my choosing. Do not go anywhere. We will be back.